Title: Sold your little cabin for $150K? My wife bragged at dinner. Her family cheered, finally making smart decisions. I said nothing and smiled. Start: I kept my glass steady as she bragged. Sold your little cabin for $150, she said, her lips curling with a pride that wasn't hers to wear. Her brothers clapped. Her mother leaned back, eyes glistening with smug satisfaction. Finally making smart decisions, one of them toasted. I smiled. Quiet, calculated, the kind of smile that makes fools believe you're weak. Inside, I was already writing her eulogy. That cabin wasn't just wood and nails. It was my bloodline, the last thing my father left me. He built it with his bare hands, and I buried his ashes under the oak beside it. To her, it was little. To me, it was sacred. I remembered her, the first time we drove up there together, years ago, before the lies, before the marriage rotted. She looked at the lake, at the cabin light glowing against the dusk, and whispered, "This feels like home." I believed her. That's why her betrayal sliced deeper than any blade. She didn't just sell property. She sold me. I learned about it on accident. A stray email left open on her laptop. A PDF contract. Signed, sealed, gone. She hadn't told me, hadn't asked me. Just scribbled my forged signature and walked away with a check. For 3 minutes, I couldn't breathe. My pulse thundered in my throat. Rage begged me to explode, but no, not yet. I closed her laptop gently. That night, while she slept, I lay awake beside her, staring at the ceiling. Rage cooled into something sharper. My father once told me, when someone burns your house, don't waste time screaming. Light a match of your own. I lit mine. The next morning, I started planning. Every day, quietly, methodically. First, documents. I pulled bank records, traced the deposit, recorded every transfer. Second, conversations. I bugged her phone, her laptop, our living room. She whispered to her sister about finally being free of that old cabin, while I listened from the garage, teeth grinding. Third, allies. I called a friend in real estate law, then a friend in federal investigations. Hypothetically, I asked, what happens when someone sells property they don't legally own? Fraud, he said. Big fraud. I smiled for real that time. I didn't confront her, not once. I let her play queen of her own crumbling castle. She redecorated the house, bought herself jewelry, paraded her success to family and friends. All the while, I nodded, clinked glasses, and kissed her cheek. She thought I was blind. She didn't know I was documenting. Every purchase, every withdrawal, every email. By the time I was done, I had a case thicker than a Bible. The buyers thought they'd scored cheap lakeside property. What they didn't know, that land wasn't clean. My father had protected it with ironclad clauses, layers of ownership they hadn't bothered to trace. I made sure the right people noticed. One call to the county clerk, one email to the FBI's financial crimes unit, one carefully leaked file pointing to money laundering. The trap snapped shut. The first crack appeared 2 weeks later. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She picked up, cheerful, then pale, then trembling. I could hear the voice on the other end, loud enough that even I caught pieces. Agents, warrants, signatures don't match. She hung up, shaking. I poured myself a drink, calm as Sunday morning. "What's wrong?" I asked. She shook her head, forcing a laugh. "Nothing. Wrong number." I let her believe I believed. The storm broke at dinner. Her family, again, same smug table. She was halfway through another boast about her big sale when her phone rang. She excused herself, stepped into the hallway. She didn't come back smiling. Her face was bloodless. The buyer's lawyer had called, voice frantic, screaming, "Why are FBI agents at our office?" Her hand trembled so hard she dropped the phone. Silence swallowed the table. I set my fork down, leaned back, and finally spoke. "You sold something that was never yours." She froze, eyes wide. Her mother looked between us, confused. "What's he talking about?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to, because at that exact moment, her phone lit up again, this time flashing FBI agents showed up the next morning. Boxes of files carried out, her accounts frozen. The buyers turned on her, lawsuits flying like arrows. Her family, once her cheering section, now whispered shame and disgust. She begged me for help, for forgiveness, for a lawyer. I just watched her realize that every step had been orchestrated, that I hadn't just uncovered her betrayal, I had built the stage for her collapse. And when she finally asked, whispering through tears, "Did you do this?" I leaned close, my voice steady as steel. "I didn't sell my father's cabin. I sold you." Now the house is quiet. She's gone, locked in a cage she built for herself. Her family avoids me, too ashamed to face the man they mocked. I visit the cabin sometimes. It still stands, untouched, safe. I sit under the oak where my father rests and tell him the story. He would have liked the ending, because some betrayals deserve more than anger. They deserve ruin, and I delivered.